Hey guys, what's up? It's Finch here. We are back with the DPP remakes. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are going to be the late 2021, likely October and November, release date remakes of Generation 4. My personal favorite region, Sinnoh, is going to be back in business, and I could not be more excited. There's also another game, Legend Arceus, that I'm not as familiar with. I'm still learning the details about, and I'm going to try and make you guys a video about in the future. If you have any ideas for those videos, let me know down below in the comments. And if you have any thoughts on these games, Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl, let me know about them in the comments down below, as well as I'm really excited to hear everyone's thoughts on them. What I'm going to do in this video is go through a bit of a wish list and thoughts on what is already confirmed. And I'm going to start with some non-Pokemon that I really want to see. We're going to go over all of these Pokemon that are going to be in the game for sure. At least the ones that aren't already released this generation, because there are some fresh faces. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. Oh my god, they're all released already. Wait a minute. Where am I? Whoa. Manaphy. I'm looking at you, Sinnoh starters. Oh my god, I can't scroll. I'm looking at you, Staraptor. I'm looking at you, Empoleon, Infernape, Torterra. That's what I'm looking at, all of them. I'm looking at Gliscor, which is 100% going to come back. I don't care, it's not confirmed yet. That's Gliscor's coming back. We're going to see Electivire back and Magmortar. Actually, I think they're already in the game. Yeah. So wait. Probopass. Yeah. Probopass can be back. Yup. Plenty of Pokemon from DPP are going to be back. And in addition to that, I think we're going to see some Gen 5 Pokemon back as well. I would not be shocked. I know that, what's its face? Samurott, I think, is going to be coming back, as well as a couple of others. So I'm really hyped for that. We're going to see. I believe there's also a Pokédex for the Arceus game. I can go. Let me find it on the main page here, the home page. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the place as well. Yeah, you see this Sinnoh Pokédex for the Arceus one. Yeah, look, they got Samurott's gonna be back, Typhlosion, Decidueye. You know what? I think I'll make a separate video about where I just go through all these Pokemon that are different. Although it's not a ton of Arceus, you know. Obviously Pikachu, but yeah, no, it's not a ton of difference. But yeah, that aside, though, there are a lot of new Pokemon. There are also some core parts of the game that have been missing this entire generation that I want to go over. So let's go over those first, because these are some really important things. I think that it'd be really cool if these games had Pursuit, Refresh, Return, and Frustration all coded into them. That'd be really great. There are other moves missing as well. Things like Hidden Power, which I think would be really great competitively, especially with things like Gliscor coming back. Things like Signal Beam, I don't think it's in the game. Psywave, I don't think it's in the game. It'd be really cool if we saw some of those moves. Personally, topping my wish list would be the Refresh, Pursuit, and Hidden Power, I think. But also, close behind them is Return and Frustration. So yeah, I think getting those back would be really great. A lot of Pokemon really appreciate those moves. For example, imagine using Milotic with Refresh. All of a sudden, it's really able to heal up a lot of status. It's really cool. Or Tyranitar with Pursuit. All of a sudden, it's clearly an OU Pokemon again, without a doubt. Although it's been hanging around at OU, but it fell down to UU a couple times. That's been rough. Imagine Hidden Power on Landorus. That'd be great at hitting Gliscor and Gliscor metagame, hitting or on Zeraora and Zapdos and whatnot. All of them would be very promising, you know? I feel like that'd be a great step in the right direction. It'd be great if these ads stopped popping up. I'm sorry. But anyway, I'd be hyped for that. What else? Well, some people have been talking about Team Preview, and how since we're going back to Generation 4, when there was no Team Preview, there might not be Team Preview as a default in these games. Personally, I would be opposed to that. I think competitive Pokemon, with the level of power creep we have now, would absolutely want to have Team Preview present. I think otherwise that would be spelling absolute pandemonium, chaos, terror on the metagames we play competitively. Maybe on Wi-Fi it could be cool, but nah, I'm really hoping that's not the case. I'm not a fan of the lack of Team Preview from Generations 1 through 4 being applied to Generations 5 through 8 in any capacity to increase power creep. I think it's fine in Gens 1, 2, 3, even 4, but nah, I wouldn't want that to be something that comes back. Next up, there's also some other topics. How about other game features going back to Gen 4? Permanent rain, permanent sand, permanent hail, permanent sun from weather-inducing abilities. Is that within realm possibilities? I don't believe so. I think this is going to stick true to Generation 8 mechanics, but hey, stranger things have happened, you know? In addition to that, there's always been a lot of talk about what Pokemon are going to be coming back. And we're going to be getting back a lot of Gen 4 Pokemon, since a lot of them are not currently in the game. but plenty of them are confirmed. Let's go through a list of currently known Pokemon that are going to be included into games that may be relevant competitively or just fun towards your in-game adventures, depending on what your level of involvement in Pokemon is. And any level of involvement is completely fine, of course. You gotta do what you gotta do, if you feel me. But nah, personally, I'm all in it for the competitive stuff, and I am super hyped for that. So let me tell you guys my thoughts on the abundance of Pokemon we're gonna be getting. First off, the Sinnoh starters. That's right, they're back, baby. We got Torterra, Infernape, and Empoleon. All these Pokemon are going to be viable in some capacity. Torterra, unfortunately, is resided more in lower tiers like NU and even PU. There is a great, reliable Poke Stealth Rock setter, and has potential to wreak havoc offensively as well with nice stabs. Unfortunately, it's pretty slow, and it has weaknesses to common attacking types like a 4 times weakness to ice and a weakness to fire, while also being susceptible to every form of status and entry hazard, although it does resist Stealth Rock. But yeah, so it definitely has some shortcomings, both offensively and defensively, but despite that, it has nice natural bulk coupled with nice natural strength. So that alone is going to help it be viable in either NU or PU, I'd have to imagine. I can't see it rocketing much further up. Maybe it'll be fringe usage in RU if we see something like, say, Heliolisk without Hidden Power Ice, reside in that tier. All of a sudden, like Specs Hyper Voice, you can't even do a kill on max special defense left over to Torterra, which was a common interaction in NU last generation. That's just one example, of course. There are countless other things. Infernape is more likely than not going to be a UU Pokemon. Without Pursuit, it's definitely not going to be OU. There are going to be too many Pokemon to soft check it. Toxapex is still in the metagame, no Z moves to explore. But I think it could be UU. If not, it might finally fall down to RU after being a good UU option in generations 6 and 7, I believe. I'm not actually sure where it resides in Generation 6 fully at the end. But I know in Gen 7 with Z moves it was great in UU, and I think this generation we're seeing a slight power decreep in lower tiers. So Infernape's ability to maybe run boots, pivoting sets with nice offensive options could be pretty good. Not many things hard wallet down there either. For example, Latias just got banned, and that would be one of the main things. But even that doesn't love U-turns. Barrier types don't like Gunk Shot. The stabs with Flare Blitz Close Combat or potential for Overheat on the special side. Really promising as well. So I think Infernape's going to be a great mixed attacking potential threat or physical attack potential threat in the UU metagame. I'm excited to see that. Empoleon, I'm a bit less sure of. See, it's cool because it can run Knockoff, Defog, Stealth Rock, Scald, Toxic, Roar, etc. All of these impressive defensive utility options. Ability to spread status, ability to cripple opponents, ability to control the field around it, and so on and so forth. But truth be told, the lack of recovery is definitely holding it back, and therefore I highly doubt it will see any usage in the OU metagame. But UU, or potentially RU, much like Infernape, is where I imagine it will reside. Unfortunately, both of these DPP starters, while they were great in OU in Generation 4, have yet to see the same success replicated in a future generation since then. In fact, Infernape barely clung on to OU by usage in Generation 5, but by then Empoleon was already in UU, and since then, both of them have been lower tier dwellers. For the most part, UU, that is. Staraptor is a bit more of a different case. See, Staraptor's always been just short of being strong enough to be really consistently used in OU, just short of being OU by usage, but not quite weak enough to be UU. It's always getting banned. It is the face of the borderline list. Staraptor always ends up in BL, and I'd imagine with heavy-duty boots, it's going to be pretty good for a UU tier Pokemon. It's going to be really strong. It has a lot going for it. Brave Bird, close combat, potential for double edge U-turn. It did lose return, but it's here and there. Boots makes it so it's a pretty durable pivot. That's cool. It can run Intimidate or it can run Reckless. That's great. But OU, I don't see it breaking past the Abundance of Steels, the Skarmories of the world. Zapdos even forces you to double edge, and that's a ton of recoil. Couple with the fact it's static, and even then, I don't even know if to a kill if it's not boosted by band. And also, it's just there are faster breakers that are a bit more durable and consistent. I can't see Staraptor being an OU Pokemon, but I don't know if it'll be UU or UUBL. I'd have to imagine it's going to be one of those, but man, that is unfortunate. Staraptor is just going to forever reside in that little fringe purgatory, if you will. You hate to see it, but it is how it is. I'm sure UU will at least give it a spin, and from there, we'll have to wait and see. Next up, we have Bidoof, and Kricketune, and Luxray. I think Luxray might already be in the game, don't quote me on that, but I don't really feel too many opinions on any of these Pokemon. Barrel, nothing special. It might be like viable in like ZU or FU, whatever the lowest of the low is, but that's about it. Kricketune doesn't have the move pool, doesn't have anything going for it. It'll never ever be used. There are not fully evolved Pokemon that are going to see much more usage in it in lower tiers. Luxray can run a gut set that'll always be solid in like the PU or the ZU type of tier, the bottom dweller tier, but it lacks the bulk or the defense to really abuse much more. Maybe with some sticky whip support, I could see some fringe usage in NU, but even that seems like more of a prayer than a reality at this point in time. Alakazam's already released, Gyarados already released, Roserade already released, Crobat already released, Golem and Steelix. Steelix is already released. I don't know if Golem is, but Golem, it should be a good potential option in PU. Stealth Rock, it's really physically bulky. Edgequake is solid. You have options like Sucker Punch and Explosion, and who knows what other moves it might be able to gain access to. Maybe it'll get a Rapid Spin Tutor as well, like everything and his mom got this generation, so that'd be cool. But we'll have to wait and see. That's for sure, yeah. One thing I haven't really noticed is we don't really know anything about the movesets these Pokemon that might get it. For example, we heard all these rumors about all these Pokemon getting new moves, and then, unfortunately, when DLC 2 came out, a lot of it didn't come true. We didn't see the, for example, the OP moves on the terrain, the Tapus. But we saw some other options. I mean, there's still close combat on top of Wooloo, for example, which is cool. But yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe Golem will be the subject of some moves. I could see it getting Rapid Spin. It had it in Generation 2 all the way back when for a weird event. So, you never know. Yeah, Rampardos is an absolute killer. Same with Cranidos, a stone cold killer. Unfortunately, they're pretty slow and frail. So, again, we're looking at more PU viability than anything else. But, Bastiodon is not really a Pokemon we care about. But Champ is already out in the wild. Golduck, kind of just stuck behind a million other water types that are better. Mothim, and I guess Mothim can be a sticky web setter in lower tiers. Wormadam, not really worth noting, but yeah, I mean, there are worse Pokemon. Not worse Pokemon than Butterfree, though, or Dustox, or Vespiquen, just kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel with the bugs. Bottom barrel bugs, BBB. Big baller brand is not something that would want to associate with these bottom barrel bugs. Pachirisu, gross, but Floatzel is a nice, fast, differentiated water type that has a good offensive presence. Unfortunately, loses out in hidden power, but it does have nice physical mixed attack and special abilities and special attacking capabilities in lower tiers. You can barely run anything across the spectrum there, so it's pretty cool. I think it might see usage in like PU, maybe NU, but probably not. Gastrodon's already released, Heracross already released, Ambipom, hey, it's a cool Pokemon. I don't really know what I'd make of it, to be quite honest, but it's a cool Pokemon. It doesn't really do anything. It kind of just slowly dies, so yeah, it sucks. Drifloon's already released. Lopunny, no Megas, so it's kind of useless. Gengar already released. Mismagius is going to be cool in lower tiers for sure. No Pursuit. If there is no Pursuit, we'll definitely benefit it in the game. I'm really curious to see how it pans out in the metagame. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Mismagius. It's definitely below Gengar, for example, but I could see it being an RU-type Pokemon. Honstro, big baller. Crow, got the coverage, got the moxie, got the boots. My goodness gracious. It's going to be a stone cold killer in RU or NU. I can't wait to see this. A real strong bird. Pruggly, again, fringe lower tier. Seeking and Witchcast, they just don't differentiate themselves more from other waters. Chimecha, yeah, no. Stunting's already out, I believe. Medicham is already out, I believe. Bronzong's out. Rapidash is out. Sudowoodo isn't really going to do anything. Mr. Mime is going to be cool. Pink Blobs, already released, already out. Just recently, Garchomp's a killer. Wax is out. Unknown, irrelevant. Lucario, Quagsire out. Wow, kind of anticlimactic, but that's fine. Everything we're going through is out besides like Carnivive and Octodis. Yeah, Octodis out. Minion, I don't know. Tentacle is. Yeah, no, all the good Pokemon like out. And then there's Manaphy, which is definitely going to be a good Pokemon. Tailglow plus 3 attacks, even if it doesn't have hidden power fire, potential Marathon. Definitely going to be an OU Pokemon. I'm excited to see it on rain teams. That'll be cool. And yeah, so that's it. Admittedly, a little underwhelming. I was kind of hoping for a little more in the Pokemon section. That's why I was deciding to add things like the mentions of the game mechanics and Pursuit and Return Refresh. But overall, I'm still excited for the competitive ramifications. I'm hoping for a hidden power move tutor. Really am. So I hope you guys hope for that down below. Let me know in the comments if you do or don't and why. And yeah, no, there's still definitely some promise from these new games. So I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on all of it and potentially more. And until then, have a great day. Okay, bye guys.